If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Why make choices in your life based on judgments instead of on your awareness of what would create the life and living you desire? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices Radio Show, Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm.
Hello. Welcome everyone to the Inspired Choices Radio Show. I am your host, Christine McIver, and I am rockin' happy tonight. Let me tell you, it's a special night here up in the house, and I'm just thrilled. I'm giddy, and I feel like a little schoolgirl, and it's been an amazing week, and we're going to have some magic in the house tonight. It's going to be phenomenal. So tonight we are talking about who will I be if I'm not who I've been. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait to tell you the story about that. Definitely something that's popped in my world and definitely in clients' world. So I really wanted to bring that to the table tonight. And it was so fitting for me because tonight is actually my anniversary show. Tonight is 5 years that I have been doing radio. Woohoo! And wow, I cannot believe it's been 5 years already, because I'll tell you, I can take you back to that very first moment. And I'm going to share that with you about what was created and how this all came to be and my journey. And I really want to share this with you if you've not heard it, or maybe you've heard it, maybe you'll pick up something else from it, but how it can possibly be a contribution to this topic tonight. Who will I be if I'm not who I've been? So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am a possibilities coach. And what does that mean? It means that I really do know that anything else is possible. If something is sticking you, if something is holding you back, if you're desiring more, if you know that more is out there and there's just something that keeps nudging you, I love to work with people to show them, guide them, walk with them, journey with them, challenge them, kick them sometimes, pull them some other times, and laugh with them all the way to creating what is totally possible. I am an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, a professionally trained coach, a human resources professional, an energy healer, radio show host, the owner of this radio station, a website builder, mother, sister, friend, you name it, a lover of life. What can I tell you? And I love working with people because I know that more is possible for all of us. I love working with individuals and organizations to change, create more. So if you desire more, if you're stuck in some area, or you just know that what level you're at can go much greater than you already have, I'd love to hear from you and see what we could do to work together to create even greater. So we're going to have some anniversary specials tonight. I'm going to be sharing them with you later on, a little bit later into the show, so stick around. But if you would like to connect with me, please do so at Christine@inspiredchoices.ca, or you can connect with me through my website, inspiredchoices.ca. Of course, you can do that also here on A2Zen.fm. So, boom, tonight, do you have you ever stopped yourself from taking the next step because the fog is too dense? You can't see what it's going to be. Do you imagine yourself to a point, and then when you can no longer imagine yourself, you begin to sabotage? Sabotage your choices, sabotage where you want to go. I know I've done it. Are you ready to step into the you know is possible without having any cognitive knowledge of what that looks like? That is a crazy place to be. The place of stepping when you don't know. And oh my gosh, one of my very favorite motivational sayings, and I have it on my one of my walls upstairs is when you come to the edge of all the light you have known and are about, oh my gosh, I can't think of it at the moment. When you're about to step forward, one of two things will happen. You will either have a step, oh my gosh, I'm totally blowing this. You'll either have the step or you will learn how to fly. And it's that place of trusting you, of really knowing that no matter what, the universe has got your back and you've got your back. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome to have everyone in the chat room. And if you've never come into the chat room to play, I'd love for you to join us tonight. You just go to the radio station, A2Zen.fm, and on the menu bar you'll see chat room, and pop any name in there and come on in and play. It's phenomenal. So what I really want to start talking about is the magic. The magic that you be, the magic that we all be. And, for me this week, it's been a really magical week. This couple days ago, 3 days ago, actually, it was my birthday. And, I don't know about you guys, but every birthday seems to have a different energy. And this birthday, it was kind of like, it was low-key, and then all of a sudden, everything started to rock, and everything started to open up. And, I didn't go into conclusions around how the birthday had to be. I didn't go into conclusions about, who I had to be with or anything like that. And when I was willing to receive and just enjoy the day and enjoy myself, it started to really change and open up. And it was fantastic. And the magic continued. I mean, if you're on Facebook, I had over 250 messages on Facebook. It was like, wow, how does it get any better? And you know what? It was fun. And I like interacting with everybody that did that. And I'm so grateful. It really does. The fact that people take just a couple of seconds to say happy birthday, it really means something to me. I wonder what the world would be like, guys, if we all took that moment to acknowledge each other and just say, hi, how are you? And I wonder what it would be like if you actually looked in the mirror each day and you began to say, hi to yourself, right? Who will I be if I'm not who I've been? How many of us have decided and concluded what we were yesterday and how we have to be going forward, right? Sometimes we get up in the morning and we already have this heavy judgment around maybe the way we look or what our life is going to be like or how much fun we're going to have that day or how much work we're going to have that day. And we go into all of this conclusion, which is not creation. Did you come here to be in massive conclusion, or did you come here to create and play? Why would any being, and by the way, FYI, you're a being, why would any being come here if it was going to be work? Right? Why would you choose that? So everywhere you've bought into the lie that you came here to learn lessons, to finally get it right so you can finally be happy and float in the clouds. Would you like to give that up now? Right and wrong, good and bad, talking about all nine shorts, boys and beyond. How many of us seriously are in conclusion around why we're here, which has us stay in a pattern of sameness? Right? We are continuously doing the same thing over and over again, all the while desiring for something different, but continue to choose it because we cannot see what's out there. We cannot see what's in front of us. And because we can't see it, it often holds us back from choosing more. There's so many of us that have these knowings. And knowings are like the little flash of energy that comes across us. We get excited about it. And we have these knowings, and we get them, and then we go, oh, that's too big. Oh, my God, I couldn't possibly. Oh, no, I can't possibly receive that. I couldn't possibly do that. And we pull ourselves back from the edge of what might be exciting, right? So when I was when I was approached, the very first time I was approached to do radio, I actually had another radio station contact me, and they were doing their quote unquote hunting, right? And it just felt good, so I didn't care. I just allowed it to be. I mean, I've been in sales for many years. I can smell that, right? You can smell this stuff, and Faith, how much were you tapped into me already? You're not too aware. It's so funny. Faith was just saying in the chat room that she's listened live and she's heard the exact same thing twice. Like this show is looping. That's so funny. I love it. Awareness. How does it get any better? Anyways, so this company had contacted me and they started to tell me that they were checking me out online, and they asked me if I ever thought about having a radio show. And I had on the wall in front of me a vision board, and on the vision board it had Blog Talk Radio. Honestly, I put that up there. When I put that up there on that board, I didn't really honestly know what that looked like, what that meant. I just thought, oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing to have my own radio show? And it kind of was like one of those moments like, which took my breath away. And when they said this, I looked up and I'm like, oh, it's happening. And it was that moment of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, can I breathe? Can I breathe? Can I breathe? And it was so exciting. And yet at the same time, there was that fear energy in there, right? But the one thing that was so phenomenal for me was the level of excitement was probably 1% greater than the level of fear. And then I'm like, they said, could we send you some information? I'm like, okay. And, and I'm excited, and at the same time, oh my God, how could I ever do this? How could I ever afford this? Oh my God, what would people think of me? How would I ever have enough to say on a radio show by myself? If you're listening, and if this is not the first time you've listened, that's not usually a problem. So this is what was going through my mind. And as I started to read the documents and I really started to step into this, because this was a really large company, and they charged an awful lot of money to have a radio show, especially, where I was in the level of my business. And I was going into some holy shit moments for sure. And when I kept reading it, and every time I started to think about it, that excitement that came up in my body and was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And what will happen if I choose it? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And that scared, and what will people think of me? And oh my God, I'd be so embarrassed if I screwed up. And what if I just made a complete fool of myself? And that shit kept rolling around in my head, right? Which was that energy of pulling me back. However, what was greater than that was what if I don't? What if I don't choose it? And that started to make me sad. The idea that I wouldn't choose it when I so desired it. It's like, why wouldn't I choose this when this is something that's been speaking to me and I get so excited? So what if I don't understand what it would look like? So what right now? Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? And that's the space where I go to oftentimes is, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Am I going to die? I've been embarrassed before. Who gives a shit? And that's where the space was like, oh my God, I'm choosing this. And it was like, okay, breathe. And so for probably 6 weeks before I even started my first radio show, I had to talk myself into breathing all the time around it. And the very first show, when I finally got to that space, and I had so many people were supporting me and had my back and were excited for me and were cheering me on, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. And I was still scared to death about doing my first radio show, like, oh my gosh. And the very first radio show that I did, I had gone through all the training, and we did testing, and, we checked all my computer and my internet, and we checked, my headset and all the rest of it. I go on the first show, and I was like, just a couple of minutes before going on the show, I could barely breathe. I was overwhelmed with emotion, and I was quote unquote freaked out. I know now it wasn't really freak out. It was excitement, like overload of excitement. But I was freaked out, and I was in such an energy of gratitude that finally I trusted me. I had my own back, that I actually chose it, even though I was scared shitless. And I started crying. Like, tears are coming up right now, but I started to cry. And as I was in that space, I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. And I kept hitting my feet, right, on the ground. And I'm like, stay here. And at break time, at the first break, the producer came online and said to me, Christine, we're not able to hear you very well. And can you call back in with your phone? Because I was calling in with the computer. And so when I did, I was calmer, and then I was able to do my show. And at the end of the show, I talked to my girlfriends, a couple of my girlfriends, and I said, oh my God, I really messed up. And they're like, what are you talking about? You were great. And one of my girlfriends says, did you get a little emotional? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was bawling my eyes out. The technology screwed up that people couldn't actually hear me crying. And it was, to me, it was like a confirmation that it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to stop me. So who will I be if I'm not who I've been? I'll be a greater version of me. I'll be the chick that has her own back. That's who I know I'll be. So when we're going to go for break now. I'd really like you guys to check in on, when have you pulled back from you when you wanted to choose something and you've been pulling back when there was something inside of you that knew that if you would just choose it, it would change everything. I really want you to check in with that. I would love for you to join me in the chat room. I'd love to have you call in. All the phone numbers are on the website. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get deeper into this, and we'll see where it'll go. Plus, I'm going to be announcing my anniversary special. So you are listening to Inspired Choices Radio. We're talking about who will I be if I'm not who I've been. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
Do you know a child who is frustrated and disruptive in class? Who struggles to connect? Who's bright but still not making the grade? Have you ever wished that there were a kinder, gentler way to support children with difficulties in school or at home? Many children find access bars is benefiting them greatly. A study is being conducted to document findings in an effort to assist kids everywhere with these life-changing benefits. Will you donate and help to assist kids thrive? Visit www.accessyourbrilliance.com to support our study. What else is possible for kids now more than ever?
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I'm so grateful you're here tonight, and welcome to the anniversary party of Christine on the radio. The world has never been the same. So when we were going to break, I was talking about my first radio show and how it freaked me out, and how much I was so thrilled with the choice that I had made, and that I seriously had my own back. Because sometimes, you're afraid of your own choices. You're afraid of your own dreams. They're you choose them and you think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then they're so big that it takes your breath away. And you think, oh no, I can't possibly do that. What will people think of me, right? We go into this worry and we go into this judgment, and we're in the future and we're missing the present moment of joy. It's like, okay, guys, it's kind of like having sex and imagining what it's going to feel like after it's done, instead of being in the moment when you're actually having an orgasm. I mean, who would want to miss an orgasm, right? Who would want to be on the other side of that and completely miss it, right? So it's so phenomenal to really be in the moment and not to be in the future, because the future worries are the lies that you've bought into. How many times have you had an idea, you've had an exciting thought, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do this. And you tell someone, and they it's like taking a pin and they take the air out of your balloon, right? It's not their damn friggin' dream. It's your damn dream. So when you tell it to them and you expect them to support it, you're actually setting yourself up. Would you be willing to tell yourself? Would you be willing to get excited and share that with yourself first? And would you be willing to follow the nudges? When I first started on the radio and I started producing, and Carol Glover and I, dear friend of mine, we started to really play with the energy of possibilities. I really got, as we were doing it, we were just following the teeny tiny little nudges from the universe. And we weren't saying no. We just kept going and going and going. And it was like, okay, are we doing this? I guess we're doing this. And we would take another step because we knew we always could make another choice. I mean, that's the one thing that I really want everybody to get. You could always make another choice. So, you know what? I chose the radio. I was on the other station for 13 weeks. And then I came over to A to Zen. I was on A to Zen for probably 3 or 4 months. There were some changes with the previous owner, and I went into partnership with another woman. We went back to the other station, which is Voice America. I mean, I'm not ashamed of that. It's a big station. We were on there for a year, and during that time, and that was a huge commitment, during that time, our partnership concluded. Didn't end nicely, but it concluded. And I did it for a year. And by the end of that year, I was really not in a great space, guys. And I had really felt like I screwed up big friggin' time. And after coming back from certified facilitators with Access Consciousness, I started to use some tools to talk to my business. And I actually asked my business, hey, business, what would you like me to create today? And it said radio show. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Been there, done that. Like, hey, that didn't garner a great deal of stuff. And, it cost me money and blah, 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 blah. And I went, wait, stop. I literally said this out loud to myself. Stop. Okay? Don't go into conclusions. I'm like, okay, if I choose this, Will it create greater? And I got a yes without knowing what it was going to look like. And I could have gone deeply into this. Well, you're going to do this again? Why would you do this again? And all that kind of nonsense. And I didn't. I just chose it. And 2 weeks after I chose to go back on the radio, the owner of the station asked me if I ever thought about producing. Hey, guys, and please get this. I had no idea what producing looked like. I had no idea what was involved. I'm pretty good on the computer, but I didn't know any of the technical nuances that were required. I'm a fast learner, sure, but I was a professionally trained coach. I was an Access Conscious certified facilitator. I was, an HR professional. What the hell was I thinking going over there? Like, what kind of a diversion was that, right? But guess what I did? I stopped going into conclusions. And I Carol, exactly. Ignorance is bliss. I just kept asking questions, and it was exciting. It was light. It was another one of those universes nudging me, saying, hey, Christine, check this out. And so I chose it. And guys, 2.5 years now, I've been producing. I own the radio station now. I have some of the most brilliant people that I know on this station, and more people want to play with us. And we are speaking and creating all around the world. Like, damn, I am so thrilled that I chose this. And there are days when I want to just freak out because I think, oh my God, I have no idea what to talk about on the radio. But I'll tell you guys, it's days like this that has me just so excited, so over the moon, because I'm creating more and more and more. I can't wait to tell all the listeners about all the new creations that are coming forward. But here's the thing, guys. I didn't know who I was going to be. I didn't know who I was going to, who I was going to touch. I didn't know how I was going to do any of it. All I knew was that the universe was nudging me, that something was saying, choose again, Christine. Keep choosing. Keep going. And I kept doing it, all the while feeling like I was crazy or nuts. But there was something inside of me. Do you have that whisper inside of you? Do you have that whisper that says, please keep going, please keep going, one more step, one more step? What if you chose one more step? What would that create? What would that change for you? What if you didn't go into the conclusions and you allowed the creations to come? What would that change for you and for the world? And what if you actually started to do things that were fun, that wasn't from somebody else's opinion or their point of view? What's fun for somebody else may not be fun for you. And that doesn't make their choice wrong or your choice right. It's just different. It's okay. It's cool. But guys, above everything, please check in on what works for you. I want to read you that inspirational quote, and then after the break, I know we have a caller on the line. I'm going to take her question, but I want to read this to you, and this is something that speaks so strongly to me. When you come to the edge of all the light you have known and are about to step out into the darkness, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. Oh, that spoke to me so strongly. And not from a something else will have my back, but from the space of I will have my back. I will teach myself to fly. I will be there. And I know the universe has my back amongst so many other amazing beings. Oh, my God, I'm just loving all of you guys in the chat room tonight. Thank you so much for being here celebrating. And I'm going to tell you about the anniversary, what the anniversary surprise is. So I was going to come up with a whole bunch of different ones, but I want to just keep it simple, sister. So I have a lot of different offerings that I put out there. I have different packages, different possibilities, coaching packages. I have the Dominatrix program, plus I have a Divorce with Dignity program. All of those different programs speak to either personal or business of things that you would like to possibly step into and beyond. I also work with individuals looking at their business from all aspects. All of my coaching packages until my son's birthday, which is September the 1st, all of my coaching packages, if you order and pay for them before September the 1st, will be 50% off. Now, I'm not posting this anywhere. You're only going to be able to get this special, huge promotion. I've never done this much before. You're only going to be able to get this by listening to the radio show or reading it in the write-up of the show. So, yes, huge offer, exactly. Do you know what? I am determined for more people to step into way more of who they be. And I know that it's possible. So I would love for you to connect with me. If it's one session, if it's 6 months packages, whatever it is, go check out my website, inspiredchoices.ca. You'll see there on the services page, you'll see all the different packages that I have going on. And you know what? If there's somebody out there that you know that would go and shop, Carol, if there's somebody out there that you know would really love this package or any one of these packages, please share it with them. You know what can we change in the world today when we step into our knowing? I'm so thrilled to have you guys here tonight, and I cannot believe the show's halfway over. Holy moly. Okay, so stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. You're listening to Inspired Choices here on A to Z.FM. Who will I be if I'm not who I've been?
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
What would you say if I told you that you could change your life in only 1 hour and all while lying down relaxing? Thousands of people all over the world have. What am I talking about? It's called Access Consciousness, the bars. The bars is an energetic body process that contains 32 different points on your head that when run assist you in releasing decisions about any area of your life that you have made solid and as a result cannot change. The bars is the first class in Access Consciousness, a dynamic set of tools and information designed to transform any area of your life. When you have a bars session, the worst that can happen is you feel like you had a fantastic massage. The best thing that can happen is your whole life could change. Go to accessconsciousness.com today to find a facilitator to schedule a private session or to find a bars class in your area. Are you willing to give yourself an hour to change your life?
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Christine McIver, and tonight's show is Who Will I Be If I'm Not Who I've Been? You know what? You just might be a greater version of what you've always imagined you would be. You know what? If you're angry at someone and you've been holding on to that anger for a long time and it has fueled your life for a very, very long time, letting go of that anger might actually scare you because it's not who you're going to be anymore, and you can't imagine not having that anger. But what if that anger could just be gone and something greater could come forward? What if it isn't replaced by something else that's holding you back? That's certainly what happened with me, and certainly what's happened with a number of my clients. Who will I be if I'm not who I've been? I wonder what is possible. The unknown does not have to be scary. The unknown can actually be a massive, exciting contribution. So I believe we have a caller with us tonight. Jojo, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Well, hello, darling. Welcome to the call.
Hi. Happy anniversary. I want to sing that song. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Yay. Awesome. So what is your question tonight?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I was listening to you, and I'm like, was I the creator of conclusions?
Oh,
and I just started, yes. Can we please do something about that? Because in the past, I have stopped myself so many times, and it's no longer working for me. I'm so done with it.
So can I ask you, are those conclusions yours, or are they someone else's?
Oh, my God, they're not. They're not even mine.
Cool. What you really got to get, JoJo, and everybody listening, what you really, really got to get is that you were taught how to walk. You were taught how to do math. You were taught how to paint. You were taught how to do everything from this is the right way to do it, and this is the wrong way to do it, okay? Every single solitary thing that you have learned, you were probably taught from somebody who was taught from somebody else, who was taught from somebody else, who was taught from somebody else, that there was a right and a wrong way. Now, it's not that those people were bad or wrong. It was just what they knew. And they weren't willing to challenge it, right? They weren't willing to go, wait a minute, this shit's not working for me. Here's the great thing. Because you've decided to call in tonight, JoJo, you're willing to question it. And because you're willing to question it, you can break that pattern. You know what? Patterns are comfortable. Patterns are really comfortable. They're safe. We know what to expect. You know, we won't, you know, if you're driving your car down the same road, it's easy. You don't get any surprises. It's not like something's going to jump out around the corner, right? But
no, this one's making my back hurt. It's making my entire body hurt.
Awesome. Cool. How does it get any better than that?
Yeah. I'm so not comfortable anymore.
I want you to think of it this way. If you always had roast beef and potato and gravy and peas and chocolate cake for dinner every single solitary night, how long would it take before you got sick of it?
Probably 3 nights.
3 nights. I could probably go nearly a month because I really like roast beef, potatoes, gravy, and chocolate cake. Just saying. But this is what we do with the conclusions, right? We just keep choosing the same things because it's safe. Where did we buy into that the unknown is scary?
Right.
When you were a baby, and anybody listening, when you were a baby and you first started to learn how to crawl, you didn't sit there and go, okay, now hang on a second here. If I actually move my body and I go over there, like, am I going to be safe? Like, I don't know. Hang on a second now. I don't know. I've never done that before. No, you don't. You're curious. You're curious.
Right.
But somewhere in your knowing, right, you knew you were going to be okay.
Except for all the people projecting, oh, my God, she's going to fall. Oh, my God, she's not going to be able to make it. So now that you know that people are projecting shit at you, would you be willing to just go, cool, they care about me? You know, Jojo, I have one of the sweetest mothers in the world. I swear to God, Meghan Trainor wrote that song. I'm sure, you know that song about mothers? Yeah, I do.
Right? I love that song. I have one of the sweetest mothers in the world, and she is a worrier. My mom is a warrior. And she's like, oh, Christine. And the way my mother says my name, oh, Christine. You can just hear that, right? And she wants to protect me. I'm her baby girl, and she wants to make sure I'm okay, and she doesn't want me to step out, and she doesn't want me to, oh, are you sure, you know, you're working too much, Christine. Well, why do you need to do that? Like, why is everybody always calling you? Why can't they leave you alone? And she's always in that. Right? And she doesn't mean it from a space of wanting to keep me small.
Right.
She doesn't. she sends me, like, she gave me a birthday card on Sunday, and she says, I'm just so proud of you, of everything you're doing, right? But that same mother didn't want me to do this. She didn't want me to go on the radio. She didn't want me to run, have a big business that I needed to worry about. Because her first place in her mind was to protect me. So how many people in your life, JoJo, have been trying to protect you, which has come across you as projection, which has actually had you pull back? Right? You see, if we don't make others wrong, if we don't have to defend or resist and react to what they were doing, and we can just see it for what it is, just like truth. Do they just really love me? Right? My dad was the mover, the shaker, the risk taker. Like, my dad's not in body anymore, but he's like, go, Steve, go, go, go. Don't listen to your mother.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Well, they just probably, from my family, the people that I'm talking about, they probably really don't want to see me get hurt anymore. But I'm sorry. I bounce. I bounce.
But what do you know?
Yeah.
Right? You know you can't really ever truly be hurt. What's the worst thing that can happen if you choose something? Are you going to physically die? Like right now, if I opened the door and I walked out in the middle of the street, choosing that may kill me. Okay, that would be an interesting choice. I would come back again because, you. So I don't really want to go out like a smash on the road. But seriously, if you looked at your choices, this is the way that I operate. And maybe it would work for you. Maybe it would work for some of the listeners or not. But I always say, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? And unless the worst thing is death, 9 times out of 10, I will choose it if it really, really is pulling on me. Because I know that even though I can't see it, that pulling is the universe nudging me. And I'm part of the universe. I'm pulling on myself.
Right, that makes sense. Because I'm always the optimist. I never even thought to ask what's the worst thing that could happen here. So that's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I've chosen a lot of interesting things in my life, and I've had some interesting outcomes from some of those choices. So
ditto.
Often said, okay, right? So I've often said, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, there were times when I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, and I was like, I don't know how I'm feeding my kids tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to make the rent at the end of the month. And I would go into this crazy making about worry, and then I'd go, stop it, right now. Do you have food in your belly? Yes. Do you have a roof over your head? Yes. Are your kids safe? Yes. Okay, go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Stop. As you can tell, I talk to myself a lot.
Well, good. It's obviously working. Don't stop.
I will be one of those old ladies walking down the street, when I'm 97, and people are going to go, look at that crazy old bat. She's talking to herself. That crazy old bat's going to be sexy and brilliant and rich.
Just have your cell phone and just have like a little headset so they'll think you're talking on the cell phone. They'll never know.
They'll never know. So are you
Thank
ready
you so
to
much.
give up? Are you ready to give up all of that nonsense?
Yes.
Are you ready to trust you?
Yes.
Cool. Everything that doesn't allow you to trust you and to know, like you know, that tomorrow when the sun comes up, you're going to have your back. And tomorrow night when the sun goes down, you're still going to have your back. Would you like to give all of that up?
Yes.
Cool. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you for playing in the chat room tonight. It's so much fun.
Thank you, Christine. You're awesome.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, we are going to go for our last break of the night. When we get back, we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to see where else we can take all of you on this fun ride called life. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Wow, what a night this has been. It has gone so quickly. We are talking about who will I be if I'm not who I've been. Where have you decided that you have to be a certain way, and then you set on this trajectory, this path of actually making that happen, instead of allowing the universe and your being to nudge you into what would be fun and juicy? Would you be willing to play with what is actually fun and juicy? Awesome. Cool. You know what? If you gave up your conclusions of what you have to be and asked yourself every day what would be fun, you actually might start to receive more of the invitations that the universe is actually sending you. Would you be into actually receiving more? Or have you decided that you've had enough? You couldn't possibly have more. Yeah. Okay. So everywhere you've bought into that lie, would you like to give it up? Awesome. You can just say, I'm done with that. I'm not choosing that anymore. Cool. So tell me, what magic would you like to create in your life today? What would you like to receive? What would you like to play with and have? Do you know that you can learn how to strengthen your muscles in certain areas of choosing, of playing, of listening to the nudges and the universe? You can, and it does take practice, and it does take coming out of the conclusion of what is going to be the outcome. What if the outcome was so friggin' different that you could never have even dreamed it up? If you guys had have told me that I would have been like, Christine, you're not only going to have a radio show. Now imagine this, guys, 5 years ago. Christine, you're not only going to have a radio show, but you are going to be playing with people all around the world. You're going to own the radio station. You're going to be an author. You're going to be in at least 3 books in 1 year. Your money flows are going to change miraculously. You're going to be traveling. Your children are going to be over the moon happy and creating their lives, and there is going to be a yummy man in your life. I'd be like, I think you got the wrong address. I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. Okay, bye-bye. Right? I couldn't have received that at the time because that was far greater than was present in my life. So is the universe actually doing each and every one of us a favor when it just gives us the little nudges because it knows that we won't believe it's possible? Yes, you can create these things quickly. You can. But if you've never had it before, how can you actually buy into you receiving it? Especially if you've been in the, Eleanor, especially if you've been in the conclusion universe for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? You can't. So if you'd be willing to play, you could receive more. If you'd be willing to ask questions, you can receive more. Where are you holding yourself back from receiving that if you would just play with it, you would change everything in your life? Everything that doesn't allow that, let's destroy it and create it. All times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Seriously, standing on the edge of your creations can scare the living shit out of you, and it can turn everything on in your body and your being as well. You did not come here to play safe. You came here to step out big time. Are you ready? Are you ready to step out and really fly? Seriously, who's coming with me? Because girls, boys, men, women, children, I'm going farther and farther and farther. If you'd told me I would have a TV show as well as a radio show and a radio station and all of the other amazing things that I've got in my life, I would be like, seriously, I don't know who you are. My life is I am in my dream. I am in it. I am living it. I am breathing it. And trust me, I still have really, really shitty days. I have really tough things. But you know what? No matter what, I've got my back, and I wake up every day and I'm like, I'm taking another step. I'm taking another step. I'm not stopping. I did not come here to play meek and mild. I came here to play full on. Who wants to play with me? Who wants to go on this ride? Come on, guys. Let's do this. Let's change the world together. I really would love some playmates at the top of that mountain, laughing and playing. Let's do this. So I just want to remind you that I've got the anniversary specials and all of my services, 50% off. Go check them out at inspiredchoices.ca. Connect with me, because I know my calendar is going to be filling up. I'm a busy lady now. I know I'm going to be busier. You don't want to miss out on what we can be creating together. By September the 1st, 6 weeks from now, your whole life could change. Are you ready for it? Also, if you have ever thought about having your own radio show, I am the woman to speak to. I love telling people about the possibilities of radio and what could be created for them and their lives and their businesses and what they can be contributing in the world with this. Come, give me a call. Check it out. We'll have a fun conversation on Skype. Whether you choose it or you don't choose it, I would love to hear from you. And what could it contribute to your life and your business and your body? We didn't even talk about bodies tonight. I got a very happy body because I keep following the nudges. I keep asking questions, and I talk to my body. Imagine if you started to talk to your body and you started to talk to your business, what it could actually change. Guys, if you are listening to this show, you want more, connect with me, inspiredchoices.ca. If you would like to learn about the Right Body for You class, come play with me in Toronto. I'm hosting Danielle Carter, September the 16th through the 19th. Remember, everyone, you always can make another choice. Have an amazing week. Come on back next week where we will play with you once again. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.